Welcome back from that short commercial break, and it was a nice song by Elijah. And we are streaming live at Blue Dove Hotel, where you can meet your comfort and hospitality here meets its peak. You can have your catering, your drinks, your fun time here at Blue Dove Hotel. So you're always welcome. The gate is open, and I think that is it. So today is a very beautiful day, a shiny day, and as you all know, it's the Women's Day, and I hope the celebrations are going on well. So as we continue with this talk show, so remember this is the health show, and we'll be talking about we'll be expanding more about how stress causes the ulcers. So Nas, how do you think the stress causes ulcers?
Okay, there's someone who asked about how stress causes ulcers. Basically, there are types of stress. There's that stress that is caused by surgery, trauma, but there's that physical stress that we people go through. So basically, when someone is stressed, the body will release some stress hormones, the cortisol and the adrenaline. So basically, those two will increase acid production in the body. Now, imagine you're stressed. You're not like at least when you're stressed and you're eating food, it's proper. But you're stressed, you've locked yourself inside, you don't want to eat food. And remember, the body was designed in a way that it will produce hydrochloric acid at certain time. So when hydrochloric acid is being released and there's no food in the stomach, because the main function of the hydrochloric acid basically is to digest food. I remember, and now imagine the hydrochloric acid finds and there's no food in the stomach, so it will now work on the mucosal lining. And secondly, the other stress of trauma like surgeries. Remember, surgeries they reduce blood, because blood normally carries oxygen and the nutrients. So if there's reduced oxygen carrier, then also nutrients are being reduced. It will be hard. Like to now, cause it can predispose one to ulcers.
Okay, yeah, that was a good explanation. And I have just two questions for you. Like you talked of surgery that can cause ulcers. Are you trying to tell us that having surgery could actually be a bad thing at this point?
Because remember, most surgeries you're losing blood. And like when they're doing surgery, they infuse maybe they put you on IVs, like ringers, maybe NS, to increase the saturation of blood. So imagine there's reduced blood flow to the stomach or to the end of the mucosal linings. It will be hard, because remember, the blood is carrying oxygen and nutrients to either the stomach, and when there's limited oxygen being carried, it will weaken the defense system.
It weakens the white blood cells, isn't it? So the second question is, how do these people who carry out operations, how do they do about that, or do they just leave it to be?
No, okay, there are some surgeries where someone can easily lose blood. There are some conditions that someone can lose too much blood. But when they are doing surgery, they infuse you so that blood will flow to vital organs very fast. Because remember, the infusions, they're increasing blood to be, maybe for them, they are just like, they will make their blood kind of wide in volume to circulate to most parts of the body. That's basically it.
Okay, thank you very much for that explanation, and I hope this viewer who asked the question about how stress causes ulcers, I hope he or she is satisfied with this answer. So at this point, I'd like us to further explain the medications that can be deduced to this peptic ulcer disease.
So earlier on, I spoke about the protein pump inhibitors and the H2 blockers. Then we can add antibiotics to it, like amoxicillin, the metros you can add to them, and also mucosal protectants like sucralfate. You can also add them as part of the treatment. Then I also spoke about lifestyle. You change your lifestyle. If you've been drinking alcohol, you avoid alcohol, you avoid stress, you reduce spiced foods, you regularly eat food, okay, like meals.
That was a nice one. And the antibiotics, so it helps to kill the Helicobacter pylori, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good one. And to finish up with this, I'd like us to talk about the complications, like what happens when you do not treat this ulcer disease, the peptic ulcer disease.
So basically, when ulcers are not treated, someone can bleed. Because remember, like ulcer is a wound. So when it reaches that advanced stage, like it's not well treated, someone can easily bleed. That's why under the signs there's also bleeding, like vomiting or blood. Someone can either vomit blood, also have blood in stool. That's why, like if you feel those signs, you go and they consult the doctor will give you prescription that will suppress the symptoms, and even to the ulcers will heal. But if you are not treating and it has gone for a long period of time, you can easily bleed. Then also a perforation hole, there is a formation of hole maybe in the stomach. Then you also have gastric obstruction. So basically those are the complications of ulcers, and I know there are very more others, but that's basically what I can say.
Okay, that was a nice one. And in conclusion, we've talked about what ulcers is, what causes it, its myths we've cleared, and the lifestyles, the preventions, and the complications, and so many others. So, in final, I'd like you to finish up and explain this in Kakwa for the local people out there who do not really understand the language. You know, we are in a state where not everyone understands English. You get. So I'd like you to finish up with Kakwa and summarize everything about the ulcers.
Okay, what I can say in Kakwa. Okay, ngona chikita juka kukakwalo. I just peptic ulcer na dika. Dika na do chikiro nge kon monyin. Anduga ngolo tikinda ulcer la leg bedana ilo bacteria la kata kaya mugun. Lolunga Helicobacter pylori. Duga doj kidenda day. Okay, ngola juki causing ulcers likely occurring la kudeklo la lomoji awa klo like dondo mutu la a stress. Duga do la bo HIV. Duga do modu.
Okay. That was a good summary from her in Kakwa. And what I can say in Kakwa is that ulcer ilo mugonjo le keke treat ya beri ambale ngola de loboka ya mugunsu like keke treat ya lo ulcer lo. Bes ngola mindi ki konelo la de ki visit le health center school ki abonga signs la beti ja beti miela kaya telikata be miela ikidi ki visit le health center school at all costs. So we've come to the end of the program, and this is Capital One Media live every Sunday morning from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And we are live at Blue Dove Hotel, and you're always welcome here. And at Capital One Media, we also do digital printings, digital works, and many other things. So thank you very much. We've come to the end of the program. I hope your lunch is going to be great.
So since today is a Women's Day, and I wish all of you a happy Women's Day, to the ladies outside there, to the mothers, happy Women's Day. And I'll be glad when someone will tell me I used to have ulcers, but I did this and that, I prevented it, I stopped smoking, I stopped drinking alcohol, and the ulcers ceased after some long period of treatment. It will be such a great joy, because I would have impacted something in someone. So basically, that's what I can say. And thank you so much for giving me your time. Thank you for listening to me. And may God bless you.
Yeah, catch us always on Capital One Media live every Sunday morning on the Let's Talk Health show that starts from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. This is Achok Fortune Benedict, the health host on this Let's Talk Health show. Changama nalisisobola kukugana talanta toline enyonyogera ebigere abangi bansalako naye nabakana labagwe ojja n'okatulamu akatebe polira wanti for dinner tongamba godoba